Hello there. My name is Anusha from 10th Form, and I'll be talking about the importance of physical fitness in today's youth for a future ready generation. I know, huge topic, but you will find it's quite deep and interesting once we all dig in. You must have been told many times already about how important physical fitness is for us. Blah blah blah. But let me take it up a notch. How essential is physical activity for us to be a future ready generation that is ready to take on anything that the future might throw at us? How does this action itself help us in the future? A world, or worlds, you never know, that might be completely automated. Work like mining, excavation, and construction are professions more likely to be taken up by robots and machines in the future, ensuring that no human lives are risked. That's all right, but I'm just thinking aloud right now. What if the future doesn't require us to go to, for example, school or office? What if we have robots playing sports against each other with their robot companies competing for excellence rather than the players themselves? There are infinite possibilities as to what could happen in the future, and also many examples from the past that can help us understand and comprehend what could happen in the future. So I'll stop ranting and turn the page back to 2 years ago. The pandemic has befallen every city in the world. Rules and regulations have led to all citizens being doomed to the household. The only forms of entertainment are in-house activities like binge watching anime. Tell me, how many of you fell in love with anime at that point of time? Or playing video games? That's literally all I did. Kids are beginning to miss the sunny days of school. Stuck at home, they have almost nothing to do. This is what was happening to me. As sports classes were shut down, I was getting more and more lethargic as days passed, with nothing to motivate me to move or play around much. It was after this lockdown was initiated when my mom put me in an online fitness class. She believed strongly in keeping us healthy throughout the pandemic. So, ignoring my protest, she put us in this class for 1 hour, 3 days a week only. My bro did it happily enough, but I didn't, and I still will choose video games over 10 push-ups, even if you offered that choice to me right here and right now. I was forced to exercise, and my sloppy, half-hearted way of doing them got on everyone's nerves. As a result, I was yelled at, cajoled, and egged on so much that I ended up working out anyway. And that is what kept me active and ready till school reopened. I swear I practically launched myself into the classroom every morning. And although I didn't know it then, the online fitness class is what kept me brimming with energy every day. That doesn't mean I'm less reluctant to exercise now. I'm still the same kid who definitely choose an evening of rock music over an evening of workout. I know this sounds so irrelevant to the robots and mining and stuff I was talking about a couple of minutes ago. But it does have relevance and high importance. We saw what the pandemic did and how I dealt with it. This link to the past is our link to the future, because there will be similar obstacles later that will definitely hinder our likelihood to stay fit. Like, look around you. I want a show of hands now. How many of you go to a proper sports class, proper one, outside of school, which is not balewadi? Raise your hands. So you can see there are very few people actually going to a proper sports class, enthusiastically doing a sport outside of school. So many people who used to go to a class or did a sport earlier have stopped now. Because, 9th hai, 10th hai, boards are coming. This more or less poses a risk that these people may never exercise again or have the discipline to after breaking the habit for only about a year or two. Data consistently shows that boys and girls experience a decline in HPA or habitual physical activity during adolescence. 60% to 75% of young people do not exercise regularly, according to the Hindustan Times. That is a scary thought, you might say, and you are so right. Observe the change over, say, a century. To go to school, you'd have to walk or cycle. But now all it takes is a scooter, a car, or a bus. That might seem like our ancestors crossed whole oceans and deserts to go to just school, but they did manage. We don't notice it ourselves, but we exercise less than we used to because of the ease of access and this convenience that technology has provided us. Now we have to walk downstairs or cycle in our society complex deliberately and solely to exercise. This is such a fresh perspective to see things through. Imagine if the folk of the previous century saw us now, they'd definitely be laughing. They didn't have to exercise because their work and travel was exercise. There wasn't a lift, so they took the stairs. There wasn't a school bus, so they went on foot. You might say, a little loss of exercise now and then doesn't mean anything. But through my painful hours of research, I found it can do a lot. No exercise takes a toll on mental health and emotional well-being. No exercise leads to sleep loss and fatigue during your waking hours. No exercise means a digestive system out of whack. Your risk of falling sick increases. In India, only 38% of young adolescents and 17% of children get the recommended 60 minutes of physical activity, according to a site called JSTOR. The same site says that a whopping 19% of youth in India are classified as overweight or obese. This is glaring proof that the need to exercise is even more essential now. Working out will take time and effort, but it is the most we can do in this ever-changing world. I'm not saying it will be like Star Wars or Wall-E. There's even droids and robot makeup artists, but the physical effort of humans required to do any work will certainly be reduced. I might have dunked you with a bucket of ice water regarding our challenging future, but there's always a solution, and one of the major solutions is discipline. Be the lazy person you are, but if you try finding time just once, you will. That's all you need to be a healthy and happy individual who's energetic every or any day of the week. Our future isn't an ominous one. It will give us so many beautiful things that we can't comprehend now. That's why, to pursue our dreams, our fierce passions, we need to be fit enough to do it. If you want to progress with the speed of a raging fire and the power of a thunderstorm, maintaining fitness is the key. Together, we've tackled almost every viewpoint of physical fitness and our future, and I hope that you've now gained a better understanding of how necessary it is to all of us. It's up to you now to carry forward this generation with its head held high and proud into the sunrise of a bright future. We are the champions. Signing out, Anusha Bhosle. May the force be with you.